Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. My name is Cristian Rodriguez, and today I'm presenting my analogy. First of all, just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, that you have the power to wield a sword. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, that you have the power to go, jump, and fly. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, that you have free will. We don't have free will, but imagine that you have free will. Now, moving forward, I have to explain. Just imagine you have power. Just imagine you can do every single thing you ever want to do. Every single idea, now it's in the power of your hand. You can just take it by the snap of your finger. There's nothing in this world that can be taken away from you. And an object that can really help us to bring this idea to become physical, to be material, to be represented in the real world is nothing else and nothing more than a PS5 controller. To be precise, I want to introduce you guys to DualShock number 2 by PlayStation, Sony Interactive. I want to be precise with how it is made. It is made out of plastic, but of course the most important things of this controller is the sticks. This one here is the camera stick, and this one is how you move your character, right? So with this one stick, which is the one that moves your character, you can move left, you can move right, you can move left, you can move both, you can move backwards, you can move forward, you can jump. And with this stick, you can move the perspective of your character, which means that you can change the angle from which your character is perceiving the world. You want to change, you want to move 180 degrees, you move 180 degrees to the right. You want to move 180 degrees to the left, you move. And what does this do? This does one specific thing. The more you move your camera, the more perspective you're going to have over the things you see, which it means that your perspective won't be the perspective of the guy that is next to you. And this works quite similar with the other stick, which as well help us to move, to understand the world. But the way how I see it in every single one of these objects, and of course I forgot one very important part, is the battery. Every single one of us have a limit energy. Moving forward, I want to begin by explaining what is the similarity that I see in the world that can be reflected with the controller. So with the sticks that help us to move, we can move forward. But as I see it, that's the way how we interact with the world. What is right, what is wrong, where do I want to go? And a very pragmatic case of this is that, let's say in Mexico, you're eating tacos, and then you go to the United States and you eat tacos. In both of the countries, if you make that gross noise in which you have some gas in your stomach and all of a sudden it goes up to your mouth and you do that gross noise, many of the people that are surrounding you are going to be disgusted by you. And I've done it before, and I gave them an apology. They deserve an apology. It's definitely disgusting. But in other countries like Russia, it is well perceived, because if you don't do that in Russia, it only means one thing: this gentleman is not satisfied. And if you are not satisfied with the food that the crew is giving you, or the lady or the gentleman is giving you, they're gonna perceive this gentleman is not satisfied. I surely did something wrong, which is something very curious, because the way I see it is that the more different is the material context in which they are living, the more different is going to be how they interpret reality. And reality and individuals are not an easy thing to understand. Moving forward with the right stick, which is the one that moves the camera of the character, it helps us to understand how different we are in reality, how morally different we are. The moral in every single country all around the globe is definitely not the same. In the United States and Islamic cultures, they preach all the time that money shouldn't be wasted. But at least from my perspective, over the United States and over Mexico, I've realized that we like to spend money. We like to waste money. And of course, I do not have an issue with this. You have tons of money and you want to spend it on things you want, of course, go for it. But the most important here that Islam always preaches is that you're hungry? Go eat. You need a car? Go and buy a car. What? You don't have to buy the most expensive car in order for you to be fine. If the idea of something is to take you to point A to point B, there's no need for you to buy a Mercedes-Benz. There's no need for you to buy a Bugatti Veyron. Nevertheless, of course, if you have the money and you want to buy it, that's up to you. But of course, Islam preaches this: do not waste money. And I'm not saying that every single dude, every single lady and gentleman in the United States, they waste money, but I've seen a lot of unnecessary, luxurious objects. And moving forward with the third thing in the controller, which is the battery, is that we understand that we are human beings. We get tired. We are not perfect machines that can execute task by task by task. At a certain point, or level of performance is going to start de-escalating because, as I said before, we are not AI, we are not machines. We get tired, we feel. We have to heal. We have to take time for ourselves and as well for our beloved. What I'm trying to say here is that both the controller and both me have a limit of energy. The safe space of the controller would be a proper charger of the Sony brand, and the proper environment for me to heal or recover. It would be to in my bed with my family, maybe staying alone for a little bit, and of course being able to understand my own needs and my own materiality. Because of course we are all different, and since we are all different, we can understand that my way to heal and my way to recover definitely it's not the same. As well, a very important thing that these remarks is that the plastic and every single detail of the controller is totally and 100 replaceable. I would love to say that every single part of my body is replaceable, but it is not. Many of the things that are on my body, don't get me wrong, are not replaceable, but I can use the processes in order to perform my daily duties, even though it wouldn't be considered as 100% of it performance. What I'm trying to state here is that in comparison with me to the controller, yes, the controller can be 100% replaceable. I cannot be 100% replaceable. Nevertheless, the point that I see in common between these two and the knowledge that I've always found in this type of controllers is that the amount and time that we need to heal. Stating this and comprehending that we have mentioned already the two sticks, one that is the one that we use to perceive reality to move our character, and the other one to realize that not that the meaning of us is not going to be the real meaning, the transcendental meaning, the only meaning. There are thousands of views and perspectives. We need to understand that clearly. And the last thing would be to be able and recover, to take some time for us, and of course to let the controller charge. Because as I said before, we are not perfect, we are not machines, we are humans and we feel. I appreciate y'all here. Thank you and have a great day.